Let's talk about anger. If you found yourself feeling frustrated, short-tempered, or even consumed by anger day in and day out, you're not alone. So many people are facing this struggle, and I know from experience, both personal and through working with clients, that constantly feeling angry can be exhausting and harmful to your relationships, to your health, and ultimately to your own sense of self. Imagine waking up in the morning without that familiar tightness in your chest or that readiness to snap at the slightest thing. What if you could finally let go of this anger and feel at peace instead? Let's start by understanding why we feel this way. Anger often surfaces when we feel like we've lost control, when things feel unfair, or when life keeps throwing curveballs that we're not ready for. In my Get Up and Grow community, we focus on finding the life lessons within each adversity. And believe it or not, your anger might be one of the clearest signals guiding you to uncover something deeper. For me, understanding this was life-changing. I remember a time when I was under incredible stress. Family responsibilities and professional obligations were pulling me in every direction. And my anger would flare up at the smallest things. But it was really a cry for help from deeper stressors and unresolved pain. That's the case for many people. Anger isn't just losing your temper. It's often about feeling like the world isn't listening to you or that things are spiraling out of control. And this understanding alone is a huge first step because it allows us to see anger as something we can manage rather than something that controls us. I've worked with many clients who struggled with anger. One client I'll call Samantha came to me because her anger was starting to harm her relationships with her children. She felt overwhelmed and trapped, and that frustration was spilling over. Samantha was caught in a loop, feeling guilty about her anger, which only led to more of it. With Samantha, I focused on teaching her practical resilience skills and self-reflective techniques to help her recognize her triggers and stop the cycle before it spiraled. By changing her perspective and implementing real-life tools, she was able to transform her relationship with anger, and in doing so, transformed her relationship with her family. She's one of countless people I've had the honor of guiding through this, and today she's living with far more calm, understanding, and connection. Now let's get into some actionable steps that you can start using right away. These strategies aren't just quick fixes. They're powerful tools for long-term change. I'll walk you through them, and remember, I've seen firsthand how these can work for others and for myself. First and foremost, you need to recognize your triggers. Ask yourself, when do I feel the angriest? What's going on around me? And this is one of the most important steps, because if we don't understand what sets off our anger, it's like walking through a minefield. I often recommend keeping a trigger journal, even just for a few days, to start identifying the patterns of what triggers you. You can also create a physical reset. When you feel that surge of anger, it's essential to reset your body. Take a deep breath, stretch your arms out, or shake your hands to release the buildup of tension. You'll be surprised at how this simple physical release can help calm your mind too. And I often teach this technique in my workshops, and clients report that it's like hitting a reset button on their emotions. You'll hear me say this all the time. Physical movement always helps to stop the trigger and to reset us. This isn't about denying your anger. It's about giving yourself the chance to process it without reacting immediately. Next, try to reframe the thoughts that lead to the anger. Let's say someone cuts you off in traffic. Instead of jumping to frustration, try to imagine what might be going on in their life, or remind yourself that a few seconds won't drastically alter your day. By shifting your perspective, you can change your reaction. And then often anger is a mask for hurt or fear or even shame. So practicing self-compassion can make the world of difference. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel what you're feeling, but you don't have to let anger control you. You deserve the peace that comes with letting go of resentment. Another tip is, when you feel angry, to ask yourself, how can I use this energy constructively? This is a principle of resilience that I live by. Anger can be a powerful motivator if we allow it to drive us towards positive change rather than towards destruction. I remember another client who felt immense anger about the injustices they'd experienced. Together, we transformed that anger into advocacy work, allowing them to make an impact in a community. That constructive outlet turned their anger into something meaningful. Long-term change isn't about avoiding anger. It's about building resilience to handle life's challenges in ways that don't damage us or the people around us. So by practicing these strategies, you can start transforming anger into understanding, into empathy, and into positive action. Please remember, quitting anger isn't about never feeling it again or not expressing it. It's about learning how to manage it and to turn it into something constructive, something that serves your growth. If you found any of this helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend or drop a comment below with your thoughts. And if you'd like more personalized guidance, consider joining our Get Up and Grow community, where we dive deeper into these transformations together.